How about now? How about now? Check, check. Is that better? Okay, whoops, my bad. God dang, I keep forgetting. I'm still getting used to the whole making all the systems, man. I keep forgetting the mute unmute issues. Anyway, so Randy, I think is gonna be in and out here. That's why you'll probably see him in this Discord here in the center of the screen. But we have some announcements to go over for sure regarding Age of Ashes with Cardinal Adventures. We had a unfortunate issue, but essentially Sarah's having to Sarah slash Elira is having to exit the game, and it was a mutual understanding, and fortunately we have Kaiser, I'll call him here. We have Kaiser's real life brother named Jordan joining us, as well as my wife, your moderator in chat, Martini, aka Terry, aka Surreal. Jordan's character, which is Kaiser's brother's character, goes by Bulat, and they're both very excited to be joining. Kaiser and Bulat were character. Oh, I'll let you go ahead and explain that history. Like how did that history come about with Kaiser and Bulat?
So Kaiser and Bulat came from it came from just a bunch of brainstorming. Me and my brother always wanted, of course we watch anime and play a lot of video games. We always wanted to make our own characters, our own personas, and we would just always spitball off of each other. This is when we were working at a restaurant, so we'd be cooking in the back, sitting back there and just spitballing ideas off each other. It's like, oh hey, this should happen. Oh hey, Kaiser should have this. Oh hey, Bulat should have this. And we're just spitballing off each other when we should really be doing our job. But we'd go in for hours, and we were living together too. So we'd take it back home, walking back home after work, spitballing ideas off each other, and we get back home, and we still do that by the time we hop on the game. And
this was before you even knew anything about tabletop gaming, is that right?
I knew about 3.5 D&D because I told you I played that before, but I never, as soon as I was able to play tabletop, which was 5e, I made Kaiser. And Kaiser came off of that idea of the Kaiser that I made with my brother Jordan. And when we made with the Bulat and Kaiser, he was very much inspired by that Kaiser. But now this 2e, this Pathfinder 2nd edition Kaiser, is the Kaiser that I've always had in my head, with Bulat, the Kaiser that the Bulat that he always had in his head. So it's the dynamic duo at it again. The Bad Lad, the Dashy Boys.
Yep.
Dashy Boys unite.
Speaking of, essentially Bulat is, it's gonna be interesting because he actually made a monk out of a barbarian. I'm very excited for the community to see how that came in, because essentially what we've been doing with all these characters is we use Path Builder 2e, which is an Android app. And even if you have iPhone, there's a application you can get on your PC called BlueStacks, which allows you to have an Android emulator on your screen, so it's as if you have an Android on your screen, an Android phone. So we use Path Builder 2e, which allows you to really see like build out a character way far ahead without having to like write it all or have it like stuffed in your virtual tabletop somewhere and like have it in there but not apply, and all the technicality behind that. You don't have to worry about that because it's all in the app. And if you have it on the Android phone, you can actually export it as a PDF and all sorts of crazy stuff. If you're using BlueStacks to emulate it, unfortunately you can't, but at least you can build ahead. And it's really cool because like we were able to build Kaiser and Bulat both to 20, and both already start kind of getting these wombo combo ideas with one another. You want to go ahead and elaborate a few of those ideas?
Oh man, there's so many ideas that we have together. Like the barbarian and monk combo is so real, especially the fact that he doesn't use any melee weapons. He only uses his fist as well as my monk. And we got like the Dashy Boy special, the hey toss me. If you ever seen real fans of X-Men, know that Colossus always tosses Wolverine. Or if you ever seen the Teen Titans, the I got the bang if you got the boom, I got the boom if you got the bang. Just stuff like that. We always
Alley-oop.
it's like we can read each other's mind.
Alley-ooping.
We can alley-ooping. Alley-ooping. It's just a thing that we can consistently do over and over again. And of course with the other party members as well. But
yes.
Story-wise and thematically, it makes sense that even just out the gate, Kaiser and Bulat already know each other. We know exactly what we're about to do. And we kind of counter each other when it comes to a lot of things. So there's a bit of the word escapes me, but we can just read each other's minds.
It's a synergy.
Synergy, yeah.
Yeah, it's a synergy. So in terms of session 2, in comparison to session 1, how do you think session 2 went for Kaiser and for the party?
I think everyone in the world, the entire world, is happy that we hit level 1 or level 2 because level 1, if I don't think it's been told enough times, level 1 is garbage. And every single system that you've ever played before, there's not one single person on Earth that said, "Hey, I enjoy level 1.
I look forward to level 1.
I look forward to be a level one player." You're lying if you say that, and you're disingenuous.
You're actually a liar.
So, yeah. So the fact that we hit level 2 is just a really big relief because we're not trash anymore. So that's fun to do, and it's actually nice to actually be able to do stuff. So I'm excited that we hit level 1. The other things that happen in the second session, we had fun combat, of course.
Oh yeah. Much more efficient. Much
more efficient. Because I blame level 1 as well. Don't get me started again. The little doggies are cute.
Yeah, the warg pups.
The warg puppers. Those are just... Who doesn't like dogs? You're probably an evil person if you don't like dogs.
Or a cat lover.
Hey, yo. I have my cats.
Oh, that's right, you have cats.
I have cats. Well, that doesn't mean I don't like dogs. I grew up with a few dogs. I grew up with a few dogs.
There's different levels to it. If you like cats but you like dogs, that's fine. You're not evil. But if you exclusively like cats and you have no love for dogs, you're very evil.
You're very evil.
See, he gets it.
Yeah, you're very evil. So, but the warg puppies are adorable. They might have their evil tendencies as we go throughout the campaign, but nature versus nurture at that point.
That's the beauty.
Yeah,
that's the beauty.
Just treat them right, man. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, how about for Farava? How do you feel session 2 versus session 1 went?
A lot smoother. No one died or almost died.
No one got knocked down.
Not even close. Yeah, not even close.
Yeah, exactly.
Rizor got close.
Yeah, Rizor did get close. He did get close.
True.
But a lot of cool moments in session 2. Yeah. The I would say the skeleton getting its head punched off. The Kaiser grab and go technique is what I'm choosing to call it right now. The grab and go technique.
He's a guerrilla fighter, man.
Hey, man! No, you gotta stick to your strengths, man. If you're a well, I guess like an Ali in that way, where you're hit and move, like play your strength, man. Like I'm not gonna hate on it. That's what you do. That's what you do.
Why stand right there and die? It's like I got the speed. He can't chase me either. See you later. I'm gonna close this door.
Later, dude. Cause how do I put this? It's gonna be really interesting to see, or for people, I should say, for people to see, like when we eventually have people trickling in here, how because of how the action economy works, like someone with your style of fighting, it's not even that you're necessarily like peeking out damage all the time, but because of how fast you can move and how inconvenient you are to chase down, they have to make the choice of, okay, committing or like, and blowing all those actions, or attacking someone else that may not be as that may not be as influential. And so like the beauty there is the action econ. Like your character is not necessarily like the best part about the monk is, even if you hit and go, you're not losing out. On average, you're not losing out because of that flurry of blows, getting 2 strikes with 1 action, even though they're at the like normal multiple attack penalty. The fact that you essentially as a monk could have a free action every turn is just madness. Yeah. It's madness. I encourage
everyone who plays monk, if it's not your style, that's fine, but I encourage everyone who plays monk, you have flurry of blows, it's 1 action. If you don't know anything else to do with your action, just run away.
Or aid, or like there's something you can do. Yeah. You can aid or whatever. Like the fact that the monk actually has the action economy every turn because of flurry of blows is wild. And not only that, a monk on haste, it's dumb. It's dumb. And I agree with that. And you can talk. We're not trying to.
I know. I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh no, you're fine, man. You're fine. But Randy, go ahead and speak on that.
All right. Well, if you're new, we might have new listeners or new people. I don't know. I recommend trying martial classes before you're spellcasting. Even if you're drawn to spellcasters, which I am. First thing I tried, it was overwhelming. Not even in this edition, even other editions, it was overwhelming.
Yeah, because you come from a background of Pathfinder 1E, 5th edition D&D, Starfinder, and did you 3.5? I can't remember.
It's on my bucket list to try.
But yeah, I mean, and that's the thing is like 2nd edition spellcasting it's terrifying. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a scary role to play because of so. We'll go ahead and discuss like one of the major differences in combat, attack of opportunity. In 2nd edition, first things first, a fighter is the only class in the game to start with it out the gate. Which, a lot of people were like, "Well, why? That's stupid." It was like, the thing is, attack of opportunity or anything that works similarly in 2nd edition. Whenever you cast a spell, unless it's just a 1-action verbal spell, you can straight up interrupt someone casting a spell if you have an attack of opportunity set up or you have an action readied. And it straight up can cancel out that spell and you lose the spell slot. So playing a spellcaster, you gotta really be aware of the action economy of not only your own team, but of the enemy as well, and everything they've used to make sure that when you cast that spell, nothing's about to interrupt you, because you could blow that slot. That whole slot is just wasted.
I think it also makes, because at least from 5e, which is another system I played a lot of time in, it's everyone has a movement action. Like no matter what you do in your turn, if you haven't moved already, you can move. And I'm not sure, but I think you can even split it apart. You can break your movement.
You can break up your movement. Yes. Mm-hmm. You can break up your
movement. Like I think every single creature has an opportunity of attack.
Every creature.
Just off of the fact of the action economy.
Yeah, and there's no 5-foot step. There's no 5-foot step either.
Yeah,
there's disengage, but fun fact for 5e.
Only classes have that.
That's true. Certain classes.
Three, yeah.
Yeah, but spellcasting in melee does not provoke an attack in 5e.
Nope.
So you can blast away.
You have to get a fee for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again,
So the way-
feats are optional. Your GM might not allow it.
Yep.
Yeah. So if everyone had opportunity of attacking 2E,
Oh,
it'd be
spellcasters
mad,
would die.
man.
No one
Spellcasters
would
would
move.
die.
No one would move.
Yeah, no one would move, and that's one of the issues I had with 5th edition too, was like past
No one
round
wanted to
3,
move.
it's just this static screen or static board, no one's moving, and it's like let's think about this from granted, we all know that fantasy is not real, but like go watch Lord of the Rings. Or go watch, Game of Thrones, something that doesn't have magic in it. I want you to count how many scenes where 2 people are using swords and none of them move from their position. You won't find, there's natural movement in combat, and like for that to just be completely absent is so weird.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
weird to imagine. But granted, we do have to remember that those tokens are sitting in a 5-foot space.
Yeah, 5 foot
So-
a 5 foot by 5 foot space. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes.
like you got 2 tokens sitting right there. It's a 10-foot space, a 5-foot by 10-foot space. I'm sure they're moving back and forth in between it there as they're
Well,
doing
yeah.
parts.
Like that is to be understood. But the fact that it's like, you're telling me that if I'm a trained combatant, because let's say I'm playing a fighter or something, like the fact that, oh well, I just need to move 5 feet. Like in D&D 5e, there is no like 5-foot step. Where in Pathfinder, you can choose you either can stride, which is just I'm saying that I move, or you can say I'm taking a careful step. I'm just stepping back. Most people, like anyone who's ever been in a fight, whether it's or threatened of a fight in real life, like people, you can just step back. Like that's something you could do because like most people have that judgment of distance, like, all right, if I know that if I get closer or he gets any closer, he can probably hit me. So you just take that step back, like, no, I'm gonna go ahead and disengage from that a bit, wherein it just doesn't exist in 5e, and that drove me crazy when I was playing martial class, because it's like, what do you mean I can't just step over here? That's so crazy.
But the reason why I think that fucks up combat is because with 5es, like not only does no one move, but you can make these really intricate maps and no one would use any verticality. No one would use any of the buildings. You just eventually, once both parties meet out in the street to fight, that's where they are.
That's it.
And no one wants to move.
It's a mosh pit because you don't need
Yeah.
to move.
It's just a mosh pit.
Yeah.
But-
Within 5 feet advantage. You don't need to move. Don't need to flank them unless the GM rules
Exactly.
otherwise.
Yep.
And I remember when we were playing Rise of Razmir, one of the best fights Liam ever made, man.
This is our previous 2nd edition campaign, so just so people know, and anyone who's watching, just so they know. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine. When we had to protect Dorian's mother, and like movement just in that small, because we used that we used that entire map. We used that building, used that street that was right outside of that building, and then the side of that street, and like everyone was just, the movement was just so.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Like it was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
It felt like this shit was really happening in real time. Just
like an urban,
from
it was an
everyone's
urban
position.
encounter. Yeah, it was a real urban encounter. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
I had a really fun time making that map. Just because like I didn't expect you guys to use more than half of the buildings, but I was like, in case they want to keep using buildings, I'll branch this out a bit more. But the action's supposed to be like around this general vicinity,
area.
and like, oh man, it turned out to be such an awesome fight. Cause
it was like a clusterfuck.
Yeah, you
but
felt
still.
you felt surrounded, and the whole point was like they were coming in from the back door, the side doors, so your only means of exit was the front door. But y'all were like, nah, the assassin's gotta be out the front door. He's gotta be out the front door waiting. There's no way.
Spoilers, he was.
No, spoilers, he was, but one of the NPCs that was with them, Mi Young, who was it was a class I had of I'm still play testing right now. I might send it to Paizo eventually or post it on post on a Pathfinder 2e Discord, but it's essentially the inspiration from, or it's inspired by Ninja from first edition, but I put my own little twist on it because the first edition Ninja was pretty much rogue with a point system, a key point system, which doesn't really flow well into second edition. So either way, it was a play tested class I was using, and essentially she had illusory disguise because she was ninja, and she disguised herself as the mother, busted open the door, and got hit with the arrow that was meant for the mom, and it nearly killed her. It was like, and so I was like, yeah, he's out the front door. Oh my god. So it was awesome.
No, I'm sure we'll have fights like that. Like, there's another fight in Rise of the Rune Lords where we just used the verticality. You had Randy playing a hall, just kicking off goblins off.
Oh
the ledge.
yeah, the goblin the goblin ghouls, the goblin ghouls,
yeah.
man. That was, yeah, and the beauty of that was it goes to show that like first edition style content works in second edition after you convert it, which is so cool because like it's like, if you guys remember like when PlayStation 3 came out and when Xbox 360 came out, how they had that backwards compatibility, which gave them all the more value going forward. Now I will say PlayStation 3 had far more backwards compatibility than Xbox did, but like it just adds more value to the system, where not that you can't reuse the like if you were desperate enough, not if you went to 4th edition D&D, God help you, but like if you were to try and take some of that content and even put it into 5th edition, the balancing has totally changed, where 1E is truly just or 2E of Pathfinder is truly just an evolution of 2nd edition, and it's literally just been modified more than it has been a complete a complete remake of the game. So it's just awesome. It's just everything about it's just awesome.
Agreed. Hopefully we have some I'm sure, more than sure we'll have some dope fights like that in this campaign.
There are like
some doozies.
All I gotta say, man, is other than the last book, I'd say there are definitely some fights in book 2 I'm looking forward to. No pun intended. And book 4, I'd probably say my most books I look forward to the most. Just because, like, man, in that last book, in book 6, it's just the capabilities of some of these creatures are just wild, so wild. And it's like, you know, but at that time, like, you guys are pretty much gonna be near demigod status, so it's something that you should be able to tackle. And right. Like, I will say one thing Pathfinder does better than a lot of tabletop games is it truly tests your knowledge as you progress in the game. You know, because, you know, because you have more things you can get in terms of like how you build your character, Pathfinder still, 2nd edition, is still a game where you have to still remember all your original stuff too, because you know it may come into play later, and like 2nd edition really tests your knowledge of your character and knowledge of your understanding of your class and abilities and stuff too. At least I feel it does.
Same. Like as you progress, if you don't know your character by like level 5, 6, you might just get clapped.
Yep.
Out of nowhere.
Yep.
So, not a difficulty spike. It's just like a check. In the MMO.
Yeah.
Like a gear check.
Yep. What do you think about it, Randy? Would you agree?
Yeah, I would agree entirely. You use every single feature of your class.
A lot of the time, yeah.
Yeah. While some may be situational, when those things happen, you will use them.
Even with just like exploration stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Oh my.
Yes.
Out of
Yeah.
combat
Yeah,
Yeah,
out of
like,
combat stuff too. Yeah, all those skill
Mhm.
feats and stuff.
matter a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Especially downtime.
Come
Yeah,
Praise
'cause
downtime.
it'll
praise
of
the
course affect
downtime
how
gods.
it'll of course affect how well you do in combat. You know
Yes,
how
yes,
good
of
you are out
course,
of combat.
of course, of course, of course. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, just the fact that the retraining. Oh man, retraining is so clutch because like man, I couldn't tell you like how upset I'd be when I was playing like 5e and it was like, all right guys, this is gonna be a campaign where this is going on. And it's gonna be lots of undead. All right, bet I'm gonna make a diviner, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna make me a paladin. And then, out of the, undead content might only be like 50% of the game. And then the rest of it, it's, it could be anything else. In 5e, you're just stuck, man. But like, because of retraining in 2nd edition, I just love the freedom of saying, oh, we're not gonna be fighting undead anytime soon. Hold on, okay, let me go ahead and rekit myself. It's just can't beat it. Can't beat it.
Agreed.
Yep.
So, Randy,
Yes.
how do you think the 2 new players are gonna influence the party composition?
I don't know. That's what I like about it. It's like a random die. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Well, how do you think the party composition was doing before?
It was good. We had the rogue was a great DPS. Now that we're getting a new, more martial character, they can easily fill that slot quite effectively.
Well, I think the good part is now that you guys actually have a sturdy front line and it's not just one man. I think it actually gives those spellcasters that breathing space for casting spells and stuff too. If they, because like, granted, Ryzor is gonna be casting spells for now from a distance, but once he's comfortable with, and he's got his AC from his claws, and his claws can be out at all times at level 6. I think he's gonna be a completely different monster. I really do. He's gonna be a whole different monster.
I mean, the fact that we have Bulat joining in the party, it gives me a chance to have Kaiser be a lot more
damage focused.
Because at first I was like, well, I'm definitely gonna need some sustainability, but now it's just
still need that.
Still gonna need that, of course.
Yeah.
But now I don't have to dip in the feats to where I make sure I heal like half of my HP with 1 key point, like, because I could do that, but now I don't need to do that. I can just go for a lot more damage capability.
Yeah, because as long as you're still slippery, and the fact that Monk is 10 hit die, not 8.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. They are a frontline fighter now.
They are actually frontlining now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I like it.
So satisfying. Excuse me. Sorry.
It's a hard fighter.
I'm excited to see this monk style barbarian is gonna be really cool.
Oh, I can already tell you, man, like just from the way that he created his character, because the sheet's already done, and it's just like fun looking at it, because I'm like, wow, like it's just the theme is there. The theme is there.
Yep.
It's like you can tell that as long as we play it right, which of course we will, these 2 guys were raised together, Bulat and Kaiser. Like, they're literally opposites of each other, and they make up for what the other one doesn't have. And we just counteract each other whenever it comes to martial play, because of course they train together all of the time. and they might be definitely going to be doing that even in this campaign when they can. But I love it. It's dope. I'm glad he's joining.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Randy.
Does he have any experience playing tabletop or no?
None.
Ooh,
Zero.
Fun.
Zero.
Great.
But like I said, man, like me and him, we role play literally all the time for no reason.
Yeah.
We fuck around, and I feel like he's just natural. Like when I started role playing, it's just natural to me because like we're comfortable with who we are, of course, and of course he's respectful to everyone, but he can definitely, he knows the difference that a character is just a character, and like, hey man, I'm not saying this to you, I'm just playing, like trying to have fun, like hopefully no hard feelings or anything like that. So he definitely has that same mindset when it comes into role playing.
Right.
And at that, it's just fun to be.
Excuse me. Yeah, and with Terry's character, she's building this. I'm sure you guys have heard of spiritual mediums before. Yeah, essentially, she's gonna be the kind of person to be like, oh, you're having trouble sleeping at night? Here, have this crystal, help you sleep better. And you're like, huh? It's just a rock. Like, what are you talking about? So
negative energies, man. Get those negative energies.
Get the negative energies, man. So she's not that she's gonna be a hippie or anything, but like, nah, she's gonna be that kind of character where she's just like, you're like, how would that help me? Don't worry about it. I just put this on your chest when you sleep, or put this on your head, or
under
put
your
this
pillow,
in your tea, or whatever. Like, because I'm actually super excited to see a dedication that probably is only taken 1 out of 100 games that are going to be played. The Talisman Dabbler.
Man, that's so
Dabbler. It's super weird. It's super
honestly,
weird.
it sounds amazing. It's like, oh, okay.
It's cool. It's so cool because like talismans are so underrated, but like higher level talismans, yo, you can't be sleeping on higher level talismans.
How high
man.
level do talismans go? Like they don't even go past 16, I don't think, really.
Let's see. Let's open I'll go ahead and open the treasure table here.
Fix like 4 on the one person, so like you get like a +2 every now and again. It's just like really cool to have.
16 is the highest level talisman.
As of right now.
Well, I haven't even looked in the APG either. So there might be some in the APG. Yeah, let me know if there's
let me take a peek.
Yeah, because like
I don't think
like
so.
this one, like let's see this. Let's take one like middle level. Let's look at like a 10th level talisman, just because I'm real curious. Let's see. We got like let's go with the mummified. Let's go with the mummified bat. Page 568. I'm just curious.
Those are alchemical items. Those don't count.
They're consumables.
Thank you much. Let's see.
So mummified bat, affixed to a weapon. Yeah, because there's stuff you can affix to your armor, including explorer's clothes. There's stuff you can affix to melee weapons, shields. So let's see, mummified bat. Affixed to a weapon, activate command. You are a master in perception. The talisman is magically treated corpse of a tiny bat bound in papyrus. When you activate the bat, the affixed weapon detects vibrations around you and guides your perception. You gain the effect of the fighter blind fight class feat for 1 minute. If you have blind fight, you gain imprecise echolocation for a range of 30 feet for a minute. This makes creatures that would be undetected by you because you can't see them. Oh wait, hold on. This makes creatures that would be undetected by you because you can't see them hidden instead. So you literally just gain like you ever seen or played Dark Souls 2?
I remember
Yeah.
dying a lot.
Okay, do you remember the cleric's chimes? Like if you had enough religion points, it's pretty much kind of like what I'm thinking. Is like you just like kind of put out this echo, and like it enhances your ability to like see. So that's cool.
That is pretty cool.
The highest I have found are 2 consumables at level 16.
So 16. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But essentially, she can at level 2 she can make. Well, first of all, the major bonus is you don't even need to buy formulas for talismans. You just automatically learn them and are capable of crafting them as long as you have magical crafting.
And formulas are
That's-
based, for those who don't know, formulas are basically
But
like manuals on how to make things.
Thank you.
yeah, so like if you wanted to learn how to make a or like how to let's say you wanted to learn how to make a certain
Wand.
wand, right? Like a level wand, or any kind of like a wand of second level, right? You would
Okay.
you would
Mhm.
need you would need to buy the formula in order to be capable of learning how to craft that. Or let's say it was like cloak of the elven kind. You would need the formula. And if you don't have the formula, downtime gods be praised. You can reverse engineer it by taking the item if you have it. And literally reverse engineering it and salvaging part of it as long as you're successful. Even if you're unsuccessful, you still get the formula. You just can't use any of those components, but you gain the formula. So it's just, man, second edition OP.
Yep. And
Yeah.
if you're not a spellcaster, as I recommended, you can still craft stuff. You can still make these wands and stuff. You
Mhm.
can you can just have one of your party members or hire some random NPC to cast that spell you need to make the item.
Yep.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Problem solved.
So
Yep.
not always the wizard who can make magical wands or rings. No, it could be the fighter, the rogue.
Yeah, a lot of people think of like the dwarf,
Exactly.
It's like
Yep.
because like dwarves actually because of their ancestry and their past and stuff, they can actually get crazy bonuses to crafting if they want, which is so again just everything just goes together. It's so great. It's so great. Like we actually spoke with someone. We actually spoke with Mike's daughter yesterday, and it was so amazing. Like, and I'm not gonna go into the full conversation we had, but like, I remember when we were just describing like how ancestry works in Pathfinder. She was like, "So, do you not get do you not get the ability boosts or the ability bonuses?" I'm like, "No, you actually get more boosts. You actually get boosts, and a boost means 2 points instead of 1. So you get an entire modifier because Pathfinder." Second edition, at least if you're playing it by the book, you don't have uneven ability scores, which
Mhm.
is a huge change, with the exception being level or being ability score of 19 or 21. But discussion
Yeah,
for another
5e,
day.
you gotta choose an ultimatum. You either get a feat, which is probably really nice for you, or you can, well, thematic wise, you get a feat. I was like, oh hey, my guy is pretty annoyed with mages, and or you can get attribute stats, which who doesn't want to boost their attributes? Like that's so you gotta choose one or the other. And it's like I'm definitely gonna boost my stats up.
Yep.
Gotta.
So,
Gotta.
who wouldn't do that? For something like
Like
a feat.
Warcaster, or
Warcaster,
Savage Attacker, like
Spell sniper.
Spell Sniper, like
sniper, or you want to get great weapon
I think it was
mastery.
yeah,
or
great
something
weapon
like that.
master, yeah.
Sentinel.
Sentinel,
Sentinel's
oh,
amazing.
Sentinel, oh,
Like,
my
who-
goodness.
What kind of melee that's like the front line for their team doesn't want to get Sentinel?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, okay, well, I can't get some stats because I have to get Sentinel. So
And like,
that-
what's so crazy about that is that's what ends up backfiring. Because like, think about this. All right, I built myself so I can have a 16 strength at level 1, right? And let's say we're at level 4, and I have that 16 strength, and I get Sentinel. Okay, well, I could have had an 18 strength, which upped my modifier by 1. But you know what? I'm gonna go with that Sentinel. But because of that I didn't have that modifier 1, I could miss so many attacks that would make the Sentinel worth taking in the first place, which is like, where's the logic in this, man? Like, it's so crazy, man. It's so crazy. It's like, nah, this is dumb. This is dumb. Like, nah, forget this, man.
Yeah. And for spellcasters, you can't.
You must have Warcaster.
Yeah.
You must have
that,
Warcaster.
and you need a 20 to up your DC. There is no other way.
Oh yeah. Which again, we could get into DCs like the DCs in 5e. 5e just doesn't scale. Like if you are a commoner, which most people consider a level 1 in 5e, you would have zeros. You'd be like all 10s, or even if you were all 8s, right? You still have a -1. So let's say their wisdom save is a -1. You could be a 18th level wizard and go, I cast charm on this commoner who's trying to bully this bartender, right? Like he's trying to do something nice. So I cast charm on the guy, and you could and the DM could go, okay, well, I rolled a natural 19. What's your save? Oh, my save's 18. Well, guess what? Natural 19 -1 is 18. This commoner, you have slain dragons, probably fought an ancient dragon, have fought demons and devils, corrupted celestials, aberrations, monstrosities, but you can't charm a commoner.
Because some people would say that's that 5% chance that anything could happen, but even still,
there's like
when you're
nah.
high level,
all that
when you're at high level, it's preposterous.
It's preposterous. Yeah, it's preposterous.
And since you tried charming him, he knows you tried charming him somehow.
Yeah. Oh, and so, he just knows.
Like, just got over on you.
Get out. Like that to me is crazy. Like everything
but the scaling is so fucking cool when you have when you have encounters like what we were just talking about earlier. When you have like a couple sub bosses, and then you have like minions just come out, and like all these minions, like they can't touch you, but they're just there to overwhelm you in numbers. Like they can touch you maybe, but not really. They're just overwhelming you in numbers.
Like the Garden of Lead. The Garden of Lead is a great example of that. Great example of that. You got basically they were fighting salamanders, which I'm pretty sure they're salamanders 5e, but for those that don't know, it's essentially it's a lizard humanoid. They're basically just one big tail, and their upper body is humanoid. They have like lizard head, and they had these glaives, and man, there was living flames, which were these people that are literally like it's like kind of a flame atronach from Skyrim, kinda. So they look like females, but they're just made of fire, and they would just sit in the back chucking fireballs, choo 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 choo. Not the fireball spell, but like balls of fire.
Balls of fire.
Like fire bolt equivalent. We're talking about 5e, and just chucking them, choo 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 choo. And it was like they quickly realized it's like they would have, because it was 2 people going into this area. You got to realize your 6 actions versus like 18 actions. Something's bound to happen. Even if it's not massive damage, it's like it just adds up, man. It just adds up with those minions.
The living fires could not touch our characters unless they rolled like a 19.
A 19.
A natural 19 or 20.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, sure, 6 of them, they go through 6 other turns, and they probably hit us with like a natural 20, like one out of 6, or 2 out of 6. Might hit us with a natural or a crit. But meanwhile, we're fighting salamanders, and these guys probably need about a nice
like a 15, like a 15 to hit.
15 hit. So it just makes your characters feel like heroes, rather than like you got 5 of these characters that have went through so much, but like they're all fighting one spirit naga, and like the spirit naga is just beating all of them up. Like the scaling is just so much better. It makes your character actually felt like you've grown. When
Yeah.
you see like 5 heroes fighting one creature, unless it's a boss, you just tend to go like, so what would these guys have done if they got split up? Like,
Mhm.
how bad of it? Why are you standing up now? Miami's just wanted some attention now.
the Doge.
Yeah, she now
Stream
wants
Doge.
attention.
Stream Doge. Hey.
But
Miami.
yeah, like, it's like, say if the group did want to split up, like we did in Carrion Hill.
Oh my goodness, that module scared the piss out
we
of
had
me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But we
I was
did
like,
it.
someone's gonna die, dude. Someone's
Well,
gonna die.
We did it by the skin of our
Skin
teeth.
of your teeth. Yeah, true.
But it's possible to, like, that's hero shit that you're supposed to be able to do with the scaling of the game.
You guys did play it right, and you guys split into very strategic pair. So they had 6 members. So it was a party of 6 at the time, and they split into 3 pairs, right? And they were very cautious about the pairs they split into. So well, go ahead and describe what happened with your pair, Kaiser.
Basically, I was playing a battle oracle, and
You weren't an oracle at the time. I guess you were just a fighter at the time.
I was just a fighter. This was
Fighter
right
at the time.
before I turned into oracle. So I was a fighter. I was playing a fighter, and he was going into a fight with his fiance, who was a bard. Quare was a bard, and so we split up because we had to take down 3 of the keepers, and they were all in different parts of the town. And of course, the group says, "Well, if we split up, this will be faster." And we were like, "Okay, well, that's probably a bad idea."
Only one day to do it. That was the catch.
Only one day to do it. Yeah, we had a very small or very limited time, so we decided to split up. And of course, my character is not gonna let his fiance go with someone else to fight to the death. So it's like,
You're with
definitely
me.
coming with me. So we get there, and we're fighting we're fighting a wizard from the Mawanshi Expanse, and he has I say about, I can't even imagine how many zombies he had.
It was
I don't
about
remember.
6 or 7.
6 or 7, yeah. So basically all he did was cast spells in the background while these zombies beat the hell out of both the characters. And we're eventually getting knocked around and stuff. My character's taking the brunt of the damage because he's trying to stay in the front line and trying to keep his fiance behind him. And we switch scenes and to our rogue and our other fighter. They get done with their bout, so they split up as well. Our fighter goes to help out the third group, and the rogue comes to aid my character and he comes to aid my character, and both our characters, my character and his fiance, and he gets there and he basically helps turn the tide of battle, but he gets knocked out by the blind spell and he can't see, so it was so dramatic because he wasn't able to see, and but he helped out take like 3 zombies. I think there are like 6 in total. He helped out take 3.
Yeah, basically, like, he came in and Dorian the rogue came in and it was like clack clack clack, took down 2 of them in three actions, took out 2 of them, which was really impressive because he applied sneak attack to both of them, I think, something like that.
Yeah, because there were 6 in total. Maximus took out 2 with Quera, and Dorian took out 3.
Yeah, and because of how success and failure works in Pathfinder, we have success and failure, and then we have critical success, but then we also have critical failure. And like when it comes to spell effects, critical failure can be so detrimental sometimes. And what happened with Dorian is, like, in 5th edition, if you get hit by the blindness spell and you fail, you're blind for 1 minute. Well, it works the same in Pathfinder, where you're blind for 1 minute if you fail. But if you critically fail, you are blind permanently until someone can cure you of that ailment, which is not an easy thing to do, by the way.
He critically failed that save.
Yeah, and he critically failed that save, and no one in the group had the capability to bring back his sight because at the time they were playing all martial or non-spellcasting classes, and so that's in a situation like that's actually a game changing like ailment to have for your character. So
he couldn't see. So she had to take him out of battle so he couldn't just get beat on, because of course he would have been targeted. So then at that point, I think it turned into like a 2v1 or a 3v1. Took out the last 2 zombies, and then I made a beeline straight for that wizard and ended him. But the fight was so dramatic and
close.
Damn.
It was close too, because I think he attempted to lightning bolt you guys, because like if I remember that right, the alignment was like, because what made the fight really hard was they were in this vat area where it was these 5 foot wide like walkways, so you couldn't just straight run to the guy. Like, so the zombies were like essentially like making a layered defense for him. So like, you got past one, had to get past the next one, and so that's what made the fight really hard. Not that the zombies were.
Whenever we tried to make a push, he just keep throwing spells at us, and it's just hard to get past any of that when spells are hitting you.
Yeah.
So,
it's a good thing he didn't have telekinetic maneuver, huh?
Yeah, thank God.
all right.
Telekinetic maneuver would have just shoved you into the vat like, whoops.
And you're dead.
That would have been cruel.
Oh, that was really cruel.
Two more things. It's also important to note that we were playing vampires at the time.
Oh, yes.
So
yes.
We could not just go to the nearest temple saying, "Hey, could you heal us?"
Can you heal us, please?
Because
they go to cast divine magic.
We were weakened in the daytime.
We were weakened because the GM was benevolent and merciful, because normally we would just fucking die.
Yeah. So I'd made a rule set for them. Essentially, they were these like evolved vampire, like they were vampires that had adapted. And man, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I should post that the vampire bloodlines, the bloodlines.
You should.
Oh, there is so much fun.
They are good.
To make that content.
They are good.
Yeah.
So we split up, and you may be wondering why we split up, despite only having a day. These people we were hunting summoned a Cthulhu spawn from.
It's Yog-Sothoth.
Yog-Sothoth.
Yeah. Basically something.
Baby.
Yeah. Those who have played Call of Cthulhu probably know what they're picturing.
Yeah.
So it was not good, and it was actively hunting them.
So I can throw a picture on the
that'd be
stream.
great.
Might as well.
If it killed one of the keepers, then it got more stronger.
Yeah, it gained an entire level.
Yeah,
which was oh no, we can't be having that now. Oh no.
Because already this thing was beyond our league. It was already
level 10 already.
Yeah, it was level 10, and they were level 7.
Yeah,
and because
6.
Were you
6?
Yeah,
we had to surround and curse this thing.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Because the original plan was we wanted to kill all of them and not even fight it. We didn't even want to see it.
No.
It ended up making it to the final wizard keeper.
Yeah, to my location. To my location.
Yeah, to his location.
I have it on the stream so everyone can see
there's
that.
There's the lovely little thing.
Look at that lovely little creature.
Yeah,
so cute.
Yeah. So you can imagine how the guy we were hunting was like. We found him combating this, and he was losing horribly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's losing terribly, and we were like, "Hey, man," or
kill yourself.
Randy. Just
kill yourself. Just kill
And
yourself. Just don't let this thing get stronger, please. He's like, kill myself. Screw you, man. I'm not gonna.
He's like, yeah,
I can combat this.
I can fight
No,
this
you-
thing off. We brought it here. We can send it back. You're like, no, dude, you're nuts right now.
just kill yourself.
Just
now.
kill
And he's
yourself,
like,
dude.
No.
I was the face of the party, and I was charismatic as fuck. Like I that was the one thing I could do. I could talk you to do anything.
Mhm.
I
But
could
you're
not
not
fight.
gonna talk anyone into just killing them. So
Yeah,
that's pretty
tough.
obviously-
He
It-
tried
it-
though.
it-
He tried. I'll give
I
it to
came
him.
close. If I didn't roll a freaking like 1 or 9,
No, you rolled,
I probably
you
could.
rolled a 4.
Yeah, exactly.
A 4.
yeah.
I was like, oh,
I'm-
oh
yeah.
man.
Yeah, it was bad, but
It
again,
was a valiant effort.
It was.
Valiant
It was a valiant effort. Oh man. But yeah, it was silly stuff.
I just imagine that he just forms back into human form. He's like, hey man. He's like, what? He's like got this stone wall up and the thing's just
Oh yeah,
breaking down the
because
door.
remember, he stonewalled you guys off. You were like,
Yeah.
get over here, and he's like, nah, stonewall later, dude. And y'all like, what?
There's
No,
no way to get it.
I think I got to him. That's when I asked him, dude, you don't want to spare the city, don't you? Well, yeah. Kill yourself.
Yeah,
And he's-
kill yourself, man.
Then he's like, no,
Looked at you, like,
wall the stone, and the thing literally just Kool-Aid man his way through it in
Oh
one
yeah,
action.
yeah. One action
Like,
just busted
And,
through
and
it.
it
Yeah.
literally looked at me. It's like, I don't need to eat you yet, and just ran after him.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because
First,
the
he looked at you and said, "You're not my issue." Like,
well, no, yeah,
Come on,
I was nothing.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what was interesting, like, was that the party was asking for, how does he look? How does he look? How does he look? Because as long as the party got the killing blow, it wouldn't go to Yogg. So
Yeah.
like it was a fight that was interesting because you had two people.
Trying
They
to
were
kill
both
this
like
person.
trying to. Yeah, it was a really interesting encounter. And even after they killed the keeper, because of the
Did we
amount
kill
of
him?
yeah.
I thought we failed.
we didn't kill him. We didn't kill him. Y'all
Yeah.
took off.
Oh,
He
Yogg
grabbed
killed him.
and ate him.
That's right.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
ate him.
he
That's
basically
right, you're
did a
right.
grapple. He could not escape because wizard, and he
Just
just
Because you
ate
know
him.
it's crazy. I think me and Hyron, we were one turn away
yes.
Oh,
from
yeah,
making it
yeah,
to
yeah.
him and just stabbing him in the throat while he was grappled. Because even though he was grappled, all we had to do was kill him. So
Yeah.
we almost killed him, and we did not make it there before he got consumed. And then
It
we're
was
like,
so
yeah.
sad.
And
That's so sad.
it was-
It
Then
was
we had an
sad
epic
day.
boss battle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that came down to the wire.
yeah.
Because I
yeah.
remember both of the fighters were sub like 10 HP.
Oh, we were super close to just passing out.
To just
We were
passing
super
out. It was rough.
And,
And,
Lacerda,
the threat of dying for the party wasn't the fact that they died, because like as vampires, the way I ruled that system was you poof and then go back to your coffin, because that's how it works. Is like
Yeah,
in
that's
second
correct.
edition. You attempt to travel back to your coffin. You have 2 hours time, right? And you move your normal movement speed. Well, the problem is, like, if they died in the day and like near a public area, you literally see this mist of blood just flying
Yep.
through the air. We're like, what was that? And all of a sudden, it's the new talk of the town. And that
So
actually
eventually they were
was a
gonna see
problem.
just
Yeah,
6 pools of blood just
yeah,
heading
just
back to the
heading
cemetery.
back to a court, like a graveyard. Like, that's weird.
Nah, But I mean, in that situation, they would have had a lot more to worry about, because that Yogg Sloth is just gonna run around and just.
Oh,
That
he
is
was just gonna
true.
body everybody. Yeah, he was
Oh,
just
yeah.
gonna
He was
body.
gonna
Yeah.
munch and munch. And
Oh
munch.
yeah, he was gonna nuke everybody.
Until he got stronger and stronger, and just
Yeah.
yeah, that would have been bad.
It was an intense fight, and that's the thing too. Is like, I feel like with Pathfinder, the fights that are supposed to be intense, they're just intense. They're just
Oh, yeah.
intense. They just, oh man, they're crazy. They're just crazy.
Yeah, 1E, you were basically pretty well off, even at level 1. I know it hurts to hear that, Paul, but you were pretty strong at level 1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and 1E?
Oh
In
yeah,
1E.
in 1E you were pretty good at
Oh.
level 1.
No, you weren't. I played-
Well, you're
I
playing a
disagree,
glass
Randy.
cannon dexterity,
you're-
dude.
I
Like,
am playing the glass cannon, and I am playing another 1E campaign. with a group of my friends, and I am a
Kitsune
fox-
wizard?
Kitsune?
Kin-
Kitsune. Yeah.
Kitsune ninja, and I built my character for non-combat. He's more for stealth encounters, stuff, infiltration, and stuff like that. There you are looking at me again, little girl. I don't know what she wants, but it's definitely interesting. I just more so don't like the Pathfinder 1E action economy.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's
It's terrible.
It-
When you
it's giving me
seven
I
different
never
types
got
of actions, man. Yeah, I'm good.
types of action. Like, yeah, you got swift action, a full action, a half action, a reaction. Of course, like you got
Standard
so many.
action, immediate action,
Standard
free action.
Yeah, like
It's just like, oh.
quickened action, I
it's
believe.
so
Also.
damn
Yeah, and quick in
complicated.
action. Oh my goodness. It was,
And quick in action.
it was like,
And
no,
I asked
no
him, I
way,
say, well,
man.
how many free actions do we have? He's like, oh, well, I really support to the point where you have as many free actions as your dex modifier. So if you go
No.
over your dex modifier, then you
That's-
run out of free actions. I'm just like, look, man.
That's too
please,
much to
I will
manage.
quit.
It's too
Yeah,
much
I
to
don't-
manage.
My
But he's
nose
such a
bleeding.
master in first edition because he's been playing it for. That's the problem, I think. As first edition's been off like what 10 years,
12.
12.
Yeah.
There, you're gonna have a lot of people like my DM Henry. He's just so
Oh, I
He
mean,
doesn't
he's
re-
mastered it. He's mastered it.
He's mastered
Yeah.
mastered it to a T. He can tell you what page a rule is in the rule book just from heart, off his mind.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, for someone like me to come from 5e or even Pathfinder 2nd edition, getting the rules, shit's impossible, man. Especially with all of the choices that I have from leveling. I have no idea how to level at times.
Oh, the feat trees in first edition
They're enormous.
were
like
they're terrible. They were terrible. Like if like looking back at them, it's like, don't get me wrong. Logically, they make sense logically, but it's like looking at a Path of Exile skill tree. Let me go ahead and well, no, I'm not gonna throw a picture of it. The path, for those, just go Google Path of Exile skill tree, and you'll lose your mind. Cause you'll be like, where do I go? Where do I go? It's just, it's too much. It's way too much. It's way too much.
Yeah.
Cause like I understand they were trying to give access to every class for almost everything, so you could like, you know, again, like you had that freedom of building. Yes, I get that, but it was to a point where it just, when you had that many options, it just comes down to a meta for a class. You just like,
pretty much.
oh, you're this
What's the
class or you're this subtype class. Here's your meta. Like, and that was it. And so, like with second edition, I feel like they fixed that meta problem. Not that there isn't a meta. Like obviously, once numbers come into play, or like once numbers are added into a system and there's calculation, of course there's a meta. But I don't feel it weighs the game down anywhere near as much as it did in first edition. First edition was damn near 100% meta. Especially like if you were making a swashbuckler or someone like a rogue who used a rapier, you could have your crit at a 14 by level 8.
Yep. The crit
Yeah, that's
build.
fucking ridiculous.
The crit
Most
builds were
DMs
stupid.
yeah.
They're
Most DMs would.
stupid.
Most DMs would not allow you to make a crit build. If they did,
Yeah, it
you
was-
would
Yeah.
die.
Yeah, it was dumb.
My-
It was so stupid.
my stealth right now, it's like a plus. I think there's no feasible way that an NPC can perceive me when I'm stealthing. Like that's how many stealth points I have, just because of like the small trait.
Oh,
that I
yeah,
have.
yeah. because
All
it's
right,
small
yeah.
and-
Size category.
Yeah,
yep.
My
size had AC differences and all that. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
he goes.
Yeah.
He goes, well, I was like, well, you need me to roll? He's like, look, man, if you roll over a 5, there's no fucking way they can even roll high enough to see. So just go. Like,
Just don't
all right.
roll a 1. Just roll a 20. All right, you're fine. Good going.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Go on with your day. Go on with your day.
Yep, basically.
But in combat, my character is as pitiful as can be. I think I have like a -3 in strength, so I have like
Well, you
Yeah.
poison your weapons though. That's
Yeah, I
the-
poison my weapons.
Yeah.
And I have the ninja sneak attack. So as long as I hit you and you're flat-footed, all of that goes into account, and you blow up. You physically blow up.
You
Combust.
just explode. You just explode.
Yeah, you just explode.
All right, well, I think that's gonna wrap it up here for tonight. Be sure to hop in our Discord if you can. I'll go ahead and put the link here in the description. Let me see. Expire, never, number of uses, no limit. Here we go. Be sure to play with puppies. Yes. Check out our Discord. Check out our Discord. All right, and with that, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. And we'll go ahead and hopefully see you guys on Sunday. Y'all have a wonderful night.
Bye. Have a good time.
Bye bye.
Bye.